Hey guys, Carissa here. Thank you so much for tuning in to my 200th post. Okay, so I had originally written this as a written post, and after letting it sit in my drafts for about 3 months, I came to the conclusion that it might be a little bit too offensive to the subject matter. And I do want to go ahead and say that there are probably some of you out there who are going to take offense to this, but I want you to know that I swear I in no way mean to be hurtful at all. At all, at all. This is just something that happened to me, an experience that I find a little amusing. And if you don't and you want to send me hate mail, then that's okay too, I guess. But please know, I really mean no harm. Okay, so a while back I dated a deaf guy. I really, really liked him. I still do. He's a great guy. But I did find that there were a few things that were kind of amusing that came out of this relationship. Number one, I'm a girl. I keep a journal. I can be an idiot. So after our first few dates, when I was head over heels, I went home and wrote down a few entries that I'm kind of embarrassed about. Probably things to the likes of, I wanted to marry this guy. I could totally see us, our future. I was already in the works of learning sign language, and I probably named our children. So, yeah, I'm an asshole. But anyways, one night I'm at his house, and before I learned sign language, we had to communicate solely by writing things down. So, here we are, without any paper. I did have my journal in my purse because I am an idiot. So, I brought my journal out for us to write back and forth in, and when I left his house that night, I got in my car and realized that I had left my journal upstairs. So I immediately run up his stairs and start banging on the door, ringing his doorbell. It probably takes me a good 5 minutes before I realize that he can't hear me. So later on I do realize that he did in fact read my journal, and he seemed to get a kick out of it. But still, guys, don't read a girl's journal. You don't want to know that every girl that you date, or just me, is completely insane. So yeah, that happened. Also, there were a few things that kind of grossed me out, which grossed me out about any guy. It doesn't pertain just to him. But it did, okay, so, I hate farts. Hate them. Get disgusted. Well, we'd be making out, and in the middle of kissing, he would fart, and, not, I guess, know that I could hear it. So he'd kind of ignore it, but, I'd be completely taken aback, and I'm like, dude. But, besides the farts, there was the peeing, which, he did pee in my bed a couple times, but that was because he was drunk, and I can completely excuse that. But I guess guys do this thing where they wake up in the middle of the night, and maybe they're still half asleep, and so they stand up and they pee, and they don't really watch the pee land in the toilet, which is fine because they can listen to it and they know what's going in there. Well, this guy couldn't rely on that. So, inevitably, I would get up in the middle of the night, have to pee, barefoot, and stand in a puddle of piss, which, to me, in my very sensitive stomach, wasn't, it wasn't very enjoyable. Still not the deal breaker. Actually, none of this was, but, probably the most amusing thing that came out of the relationship was one night I was at my parents' house watching a movie with my mother, and, okay, this guy was kind of kinky, which, I enjoy. And he's probably the person who introduced me to sexting, which was fun. But sometimes we talk on the phone. And I don't know if you've ever talked on the phone to someone who's hearing impaired, but basically they will call up an operator and they'll type in what they want the operator to tell you. And the operator tells you, and then you have to wait. There's like a big pause. Anyway, so this particular time, when I'm at my parents' house, I get a call, and I put it on speaker, because I was like, oh, Mom, you got to hear this. This is cool. And so this time it was an Asian lady operator. So at first the conversation was normal, and I was like, hello, and, the Asian lady was like, oh, how are you? And I was like, oh, doing good, and back and forth. And then I guess maybe he was a little drunk and a little horny, because then the conversation quickly turned to my dick is so hard right now. And I'm sitting here like, holy shit, Mom, trying to turn off the speaker of my phone, but I'm completely technologically ridiculous. So, yeah, kept on going. And it was like, oh, I hope your pussy is wet. And I wished I was inside of you right now. So, guys, it was quite embarrassing. Extremely embarrassing. But I survived. I think my mom survived. And that's all I'm going to share with you today. But if you whose name rhymes with death is out there watching this and has someone translate it, then I hope you know that I meant no offense by this, and hope you're doing well, as I also hope the rest of you are doing well. So have a great day, and I will be writing soon. Thanks.